all about what's really going on against you and your family. And as always, the people that work for the system are under the greatest attack. The guys, when I was talking about them giving pesticides to foster children, just searched it and pulled it up. San Francisco Chronicle, USA Today, you name it. But they're always whitewashes. Like, is it ethical that they take kids that don't have AIDS and test drugs on them? You mean cancer drugs that kill them a lot of times? I don't know. Is it ethical to give a rat chemotherapy and test it? No, it's not. Much less a little kid. But black folks want to get mad. It's usually black folks they grab. For whatever reason, just people don't believe the black mamas. They came into the one black lady in the New York Daily News article, and they said, we're going to take your 2-year-old, but if you agree to let us have the 7-year-old and don't buck it, you can keep your 2-year-old. And they took our 7-year-old son, and they strapped him down, and they murdered him. And nobody's coming to save him. Al Sharpton's not going to say one stinking word because he works for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And you're not going to hear one stinking word out of all the racist communists out there running the demonstrators and running the Molotov cocktails. You're not going to hear nothing. Because the average person's a coward, and they love this system. They love being part of it. They love having those dead kids on their soul. Now they're in the news saying kill kids up to age 5. They've got the different pediatric journals saying kill them up to age 3 even though they're healthy. Kill old people. Kill everybody. Just don't be racist. You going to see any black NFL players get on the microphone when they win the Super Bowl and say, stop killing 52% of black people before they're born? You going to hear anything about black kids being used for medical experiments? No, they get sanctioned for that. Just like when I was on CNN and I said, why don't you look into Prozac-type drugs, doubling and tripling, quadrupling suicide, mass murder suicide pills? What about a bunch of your sponsors, Eli Lilly and others? Ooh, they cut off that third segment real quick. But I'm not a hero, folks. I know for a fact neurological disorders are off the chart, from the pesticides and the vaccines and the GMO. I mean, they feed GMOs, different types, to guinea pigs and stuff. Within a few months, they can't even walk straight. You know how tough we are, how tough our liver is, how tough our gallbladder is, how tough our bodies are to take all this? So, hey, you think it's a joke? Just get ready for your pancreas to go out. Just get ready for that colon cancer. Just get ready for your hands to start shaking. And a year later, you're on a respirator, unable to talk, in hell, begging for death. And don't worry, the minute your insurance runs out, they're going to dehydrate you over 14 days. And your skin's going to blacken and cracks of blood. By the way, this all sounds scary. You should be scared. Because there's real monsters that run this civilization. And they count on you being naive and not admitting it and not knowing it. Well, okay then. Don't believe me. You eat GMO. You drink fluoride water. You drink high fructose corn syrup. You listen to the White House regulations czar saying that nobody should get sunlight, period. You listen to him. Hell, next will tell you don't need oxygen. You believe in this system. You do whatever it says then. I don't believe a word of it. Look at this CNS News article from those evil racist conservatives. It's always those evil racist conservatives that put out headlines like, New York City, 78% of abortions were black and Hispanic babies. But you know why I don't want to kill all the black babies? Because I'm a racist cracker ass. Just like some of the thugs were saying. You tell Alex I'm coming for him. You tell him. I'm telling Jakari he's a sellout. Because he wants everybody to be free and doesn't think we should kill babies. See how that works? That's how sick all this is. All right, I said I'd get into how they carry out a civil war and how I think it would unfold if we don't beat it. I promise I'll do it a day after next hour. I just need to get refocused. I need to write some notes. It's such a heavy subject, I kind of don't get into it because it takes a lot of brain power to fluently break down the different angles of it, but I will do it a day after. You can punch me in the nose. I'm going to go back and let Wildman finish in Texas and try to hurry through these calls, but it's very touching to me. My gosh. I know personally Almost everyone I know tells stories about their son, their daughter, their father, their mother, their brother, their sister. About a third of the time, it's veterans they know. Good friends of theirs that could run 20 miles with a pack on their back and, you know, special forces, you name it, and then they're in a wheelchair and can't wipe their own rear end, and they think it's from the vaccines. Because it finally builds up, and you take that final shot out of the hundreds they give you if you're in the military, and how the military, when they started saying it might be the vaccines, tried to not even give them VA treatment. It's just everybody I know. They're killing us. But we're all isolated. We're all by ourselves. So we talk about what's your line in the sand. I think we're coming to it here. It's medical tyranny. It's the sneaking, creepy hand of GMO in the food, in the water, in the vaccines. They're hitting us and laughing at us and writing books about it. I think it was BBC and also Wired Magazine. The shot is a serviceman seated having brain surgery. They kind of lean you back like in a space chair, and they've got metal rods holding the brain, and they've got the top of his head chopped off, you know, the top cone, the skull, and they're in his brain placing chips so he won't have PTSD anymore. The article was about brain chips help the troops not be depressed. Headline, you know, troops made to serve too many tours and been given deadly drugs and vaccines, you know, turned into basically robots to control them, to end their emotions. But then buried in that article and several others, it's like, but the really promising thing is vaccines that go in and change the chemistry of the brain to where you don't get upset anymore. There it is. The military's building brain chips to treat PTSD. Defense One. Let's actually click on the link. They're at Defense One. Let's scroll down. How can you predict your next mood swing? Well, we got a brain chip for it. And that's not the article, but that's just another one about it. We're talking about the end of free will here. We're talking about a science fiction movie. I know I just keep saying that. All this other stuff is window dressing. And Bill and Melinda Gates are coming out with the UN with not dozens, but hundreds of vaccines in corn, in watermelons, in food that pollinates and will spread to other plants in the same family to where you cannot escape them. And if you know they're publicly saying that, they're already jacking with everything. The reason they haven't released super hardcore stuff yet that isn't soft kill is because they want to make sure it doesn't blow back on them. So they're looking for the treatments or cures to everything they're doing. And I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. This is happening. This is going on. Wild man, please continue or finish your point.
Yeah, the thing is, the way I'm fighting back is I'm spreading the word about InfoWars. I became a member and signed on, and then the day after you upped it to 20 people could be on your sign-on, with you. A guy at Texas Roadhouse, he blows up balloons for little kids. He listens to you all the time, but he couldn't afford it, so I gave it to him too, but I give it to everybody. I'm giving it to over 40 to 50 people on the phone in other states far away. And my wife passed away in Monteith. I'm a Monteith that called in when Dr. Stan Monteith passed away. And we're proud of that name. And you know, if you ever need a cameraman, I bring gasoline for a living. I make gas, so I can surely be trained how to use a camera. If you ever need one, you can call me up. I'll be there, because if that's what I got to do to fight this war, that's what I'll do.
Well, God bless you, brother. Thank you so much. I mean, we used to charge, you know, only one person can use each $5.95 a month membership because bandwidth and infrastructure, when we started that site 15 years ago, was super expensive. And sometimes we lost money because we were charging too little. Now bandwidth has gone down so much, we can pay for the cameras, the reporters, and the infrastructure with a $5.95 membership that 20 people can use. Just don't use a username passcode that you have for other stuff, then it's totally safe. Create an original username and passcode and share it with friends and family. You can also call. We can help sign you up over the phone if you don't want to do it via debit card or credit card. You can call 888-253-3139. It's $59.95 for a year. It's $5.95 a month, but now it's $29.95 today, and we may extend it for a few days. if you get a prisonplanet.tv membership. I'm glad that you raised that. We're doing this special for Cyber Monday right now. But if you have a membership, share it with friends and family, or download the HD videos with the lower res if that's easier. Put them on disc. Give them to people. You can download all my films, burn them to disc, give them to friends and family. This is how we reach out to folks. And again, there's a typo on the site that says $99.95 is what it was, or whatever. It was never that. It was $59.95. And now we're going to get that changed. Now it is $29.95. That is half price. prisonplanet.tv. And briefly, the other specials. I haven't even said this today. This is the big special. I should be saying this every segment. Because we fund ourselves with these high-quality products and these specials at InfoWarsStore.com. Everything, Pro Pure water filters, clearly filtered, shortwave radios, solar-powered crank flashlights and shortwave radios, T-shirts, belt buckles, made-in-America products.